Nice to see you this morning. I am so happy to be here. My name is Margaret Jones, and this morning I am going to fill in for Mary. She's unable to be here today, so you have me. Lucky me. I am so happy to be here. If you will please join me and welcome Reggie Corrington from Student Venture, who will lead us in prayer, and then His Honor Mayor Kelly Ciardo will lead us in the pledge. If you will please, gentlemen, where are you?
Morning. They asked me to ask for everyone to stand if that's okay. I'm not the guy who normally does the prayer. I'm just here to sub, but I'm Reggie. So if you would like, you can bow your heads. You don't have to, but everyone bow their heads. Dear God, thank you so much for all these wonderful students who have just been working so hard these last 4 years, just opening up opportunities for their future, and we now have an opportunity to honor them. Let this just be a time of blessing and growth and just clarity for where you're leading them. In Jesus' name, amen.
And if you will remain standing, place your right hand over your heart and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with me. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. The Student of the Month program was founded 27 years ago in Temecula by Sally Myers, owner of Sizzler Restaurants. It expanded to Murrieta in 1995 and then to Lake Elsinore and Paris and Menifee. These 4 programs celebrate and honor outstanding students who make a significant difference in their schools and community. The mission statement of the Student of the Month program is to provide a local high school recognition program which will acknowledge and honor college-bound senior students for their character, their love of learning, commitment to academics, in addition to their participation in athletics, school activities, community service, or the ability to persevere and overcome difficult life circumstances in a setting that honors God, country, family, community, and free enterprise. That is the mission statement of the Student of the Month. And you know, this is such a wonderful program that I'm inspired when I've been able to come, and when I leave, I feel like my day has been made. Just the very privilege of being and seeing these young people is something that you won't find anywhere else. For the record, there is never a program like this anywhere in the whole United States except right here in our valley. So we are really privileged and honored that it has stayed here and continued to grow here. So, you know, it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of people. It's not done by 1 or 2 people. And I'd like to recognize some of our volunteers this morning. And Llewellyn Fickey, she's the chair and scholarship application person, and I didn't see her here today. Jennifer Pham is like my daughter, my daughter, and she was our Student of the Year, Student of the Month in 2002 for Murrieta Valley High School. And she's come back and she serves the community and she helps young people to direct them how they can go to another college. So this is what she does. Jerry Selway, she handles the scholarship fulfillment from Pacific Western Bank. Monica Gutierrez, she has taken over the publicity for Murrieta Valley Unified School. Where are you, Monica? I mean, put your hand up or something so that we know who you are. Thank you. And then Kim Garcia, she's the accountant and does everything for the program. Andrea Conchalo, she's a volunteer and she's with Costco, I don't see her. Dan Stake, Dan is a greeter and he's with Alta Pacific Bank, thank you. Andy Morris, he's a greeter and Farmers Insurance and still on the board for the Chamber of Commerce. Yes, okay, thank you. Rhonda Levine, communication from Murrieta Valley Unified High School. You know, she has taken over so much of the program the last couple of years, and we're indebted to how much work she puts into it. Derek Gonzalez, Alter Credit Union. He's a gift coordinator and greeter. And he took over the gift bags a couple years ago, and I was so grateful. That's a big job putting all that together. Lori Lutweiler, Gifting Kind Assistance, Alta Pacific Bank. Lori. Holly Mercer, Gifting Kind Assistance from Poppy Bank. Jennifer Rasmussen, the Murrieta Valley Unified School District for printing the programs that you see today. That's a big job. Catherine Pepe, she's a volunteer, and she is with Loma Linda University Medical Center and Temecula Olive Oil Company. Thank you. And Mary Walters, who is your usual MC. So these people really put everything together nicely and help in every way possible. And you know, it's a big job, and you know, one of the big jobs is that gift bag, you know. And so, did I miss somebody back there? Volunteer? Okay. So anyway, I saw somebody waving. I thought maybe I missed somebody, because you know, I tend to do that from time to time, so forgive me if I did that. This morning we have, and I'll ask them to stand at their seats, please. Murrieta Valley High School Principal Mark Pettengill, student Olivia Landis. And then Murrieta Canyon Academy Principal Martina Beach, Gavin Renken. Springs Charter School Principal Ben Taylor. Students unable to attend today, but we're so grateful that you came. Vista Murrieta High School, Principal Mick Wagger, student Dianne Corzine. Murrieta Mesa High School, Principal Steve Ellis, Shannon Keenan. And Oak Grove School, Principal Tammy Wilson, with Linijah Todd. You will be hearing from each of these people shortly, and you know, excuse me, you'll hear some wonderful things this morning. This morning, I would like to ask Andy Morris for the Murrieta Chamber of Commerce to come forward, please.
Thank you, Margaret, for filling in for us today. We truly appreciate it. As Margaret just said, I'm Andy Morris. I'm the current past chairman of the board for the Murrieta Wildomar Chamber of Commerce. And I think when students get picked for this, they think, wow, this is really cool. But they don't come to the realization until they get here today how big of a deal it actually is. And then by the time the day is over, you go, wow, that was a really big deal. We are just so proud of you guys. I mean, from the Chamber of Commerce, we have almost 1,000 members who are involved in helping put this amazing program together, and we do it because of you guys and how amazing you are. And our true hope is that you're guys going to leave and you're going to come back and be part of our community again and continue to do the great things that got you here today. So I want to congratulate you, and I also want to congratulate the parents and mentors, teachers that got you here as well. And have a great day. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Andy. I'd like to also thank Group 1 Production and Stephen Ashby. He is a videotaping person at this event every month. And you know, he drives over the Ortega every month to come here. And Stephen, we are so grateful that you will do this. The taping will be available to view on the Murrieta Valley Unified School District website or through a link in your program. Stephen, our cameraman, is always here and always with a smile, and thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you to our ever-loving KIP, Mr. Kip Cawthron, our photographer. And, you know, he's been providing free access to all of the pictures from this morning. And the parents and those in attendance can visit his website listed on the program. So if you look at the program, you'll see that listed. And Kip does a wonderful job. He really produces some great pictures of everybody. So be sure to look that up so you can view all of this and see what's happened. Thank you to the City of Murrieta also for providing airtime on our Spectrum cable channel. So, you know, there's another opportunity for you to view what's happening this morning. As I said, the program goes on with a lot of activity and a lot of sponsors. And the numerous sponsors is phenomenal. They are listed in the program. And this morning, I'd like to recognize those that are here this morning. Well, I'm at the top of the list, Margaret Jones, Tuscany Travel. From Abbott, we have Sal Mendez and Kelly Kearney Johnson. You're in the back. Alta Pacific Bank, Dan Stake and Lori Lutweiler. Alta Credit Union, Derek Gonzalez. Alec Pacific University, Ryan Bailey. Let me see. Bechet Enterprises, we have Gilmar Bartolone and Mike Tazewski. Thank you. And of course, our ever-loving Sally. She's unable to be here today, but she does send her congratulations, and she is so proud of each of you. She's out of town. Cal State University, San Marcos, Donna San Miguel. Thank you. And let me go further. Then we have the City of Murrieta. Of course, we have His Honor Mayor Kelly Ciardo and Scott Agajanian. Gentlemen, we're somewhere. Let me see. Ken Dixon, Mr. Ken Dixon, and he's with the Murrieta Valley Unified School Board. Ken. Al Rubio from DCH Auto Group. Al. Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District, Andy Morris. Brian Macy, thank you. Farmers Insurance, of course, Andy Morris, again, thank you. Mr. and Mrs. Patrick Kelly, didn't see Patrick here this morning. King Law Firm, represented by Sasha Scove, and you know, they are providing each of the students with a scholarship application. You fill this out, fill the application card, and it'll be found in your backpack, and send it in. And what they are doing with this is giving you monies towards an application for the college that you choose to attend. I think that's a wonderful thing, and thank you so much for that. Loma Linda University Medical Center, Catherine Pepe. There's a lady very involved in our program. Let's see. Then we have Tammy Wilson, Promote Grove Center. Richie's Real American Diner. That's Linda Williams. That's Sally's mom. And we always like to recognize her too because she's so involved. And then, let me see, Southwest Healthcare, Nicole DeVries and Todd Reams in the back, thank you. Springs Charter Schools, Temecula Olive Oil Company, Catherine again, thank you, Catherine. Western Municipal Water District, Al Lopez, thank you. Witchwick Superior Sandwiches, Sandy Ward and Danny Kessler. So, as you can see, this is an outstanding support that we get from our community. This is only a few of the ones that really support. These are the ones that are here today. Let's give them a great round of applause, and thank you so much. Each year, there is a scholarship awarded to our students. As a student of the month, you will be provided and invited to complete a scholarship application in the spring. You will compete against the other students of the month from your school only. So since September through April, each student that was a student of the month will receive that application, and you will compete with them only, not the other schools. And it's going to be held again in May as usual, so we're excited about that. We've been able to come up with some great scholarship funds for the students. And just so you know, the judging is done by an outside entity. So any of us that are involved in any way with the program do not do the judging. So it's done fairly, where they don't know the students, know nothing about them, but they look at their application. So, you know, start putting some things together so that you know what you're going to be able to put in there. Because it's a lot of work, you know, there's a lot to it. But it's important. And how you fill that application out is judged very, very nicely. So that's how the judging is done. Now we move into the most important part of the program. You will hear examples of character, college choice, and future plans. The students will share their heartfelt stories with you today. You will quickly understand why they were chosen for the Student of the Month. Remember, there is a time limit. And I tell you, I don't have my nice little flags I used to have to put up for people and tell them to move on, get on with the program. You're taking too much time, you know. So, but I will be over here and I'll be doing a little bit of this. Like, for instance, move closer. So, students, when you come forward, I want you to remember, this is where you stand, regardless, because you are the focus. You are who we want to see. We want to see you. We don't want you to stand behind your principal or your teacher. You stand right here. Teacher, principal will be here. When you introduce your mom or your dad or your family, you move a wee bit over here and they come here. So we want you to be sure. And if you're standing a way out, I'm going to be going like, hey, move in, guys. It's important. You know, we need to have that because of the video. If he doesn't have you in the camera right, we aren't seeing your wonderful smiling faces, okay? So you can remember that, can't you? I knew you could. So let's start and relax and remember to speak clearly into the mic and speak up because some people in the back sometimes have problems hearing because of this, okay? So that's the most important part. And standing wheel close is next. So let's get the program started. Principals, you know the drill, so let's get on with the program. Thank you.
I'm so pleased to be going first. That's the best spot. There we go. You have to squeeze in close, or else Margaret will yell at us and wave her arms. Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Mick Wager. I'm the principal at Vista Murrieta High School, and I am honored to be presenting Dianne Corzine with us this morning. She's exactly what we look for when we ask teachers for nominations for our Students of the Month, and when we select the students. Like I said, she's everything we're looking for. She, of course, is a model of our school's motto of class: character, leadership, attitude, scholarship, and service. And she's also very well-rounded, extremely humble, and pushes herself to achieve in areas in which she feels she's not naturally strong. So Dianne is 11th in her class of 863 students, which is she has nothing less than an A in every class she's ever taken in high school, which is a huge achievement in itself. But what's more impressive is that she's challenged herself in areas that she's doesn't feel like are her natural ability. I'll get to that in a second. So she's an artist, and she has a particular interest in fashion design and business. And she arranged her schedule in high school so she could take 3 years of art during high school, including AP Studio Art, along with completing the CTE Fashion Pathway. It's a 3-course sequence of fashion classes. So you might think that most of her 14 dual enrollment and advanced placement courses that she challenged herself in would be focused on arts and humanities and all that kind of thing. But even though she says she's struggled in math and science, she also took courses in math and science. For instance, she took dual enrollment biology and dual enrollment chemistry. And that's hard for even a science person. And AP Statistics, and throughout maintaining a GPA of like 4.42. So she's incredibly academically gifted, but she's also a leader on our campus. She is our National Honor Society president, the Commissioner of Community Service and CSF, our Interact Club secretary, and the Fashion Club vice president. She also joined the Robotics Club, so there you go. That just explains a little bit about her. She's constantly pushing herself in areas that she doesn't feel strong in, just so she can grow in those areas. Dianne has been accepted to Cornell University. Hooray! Yay! She says she doesn't know how that happened, but it's pretty clear to me. With an incredibly positive mindset, she worked hard and made it happen. And I'm very proud to introduce to you and honored that she's a Bronco, and congratulate our Bronco Senior Student of the Month, Dianne Corzine.
Hello everyone. So first of all, I just want to thank everyone here, the program, everything. This is, way bigger than I expected. And I want to start off by thanking my mom. She's always told me to do things with just to the best you can. Do things completely full, don't half it. And I would apply that to school, chores. So within school, freshman year, I didn't really do much. I was just involved in academics. But then I started to meet the right people, and they would introduce me into all the extracurriculars that Vista has to offer, all the really strong classes. And within those courses and extracurriculars, I would meet wonderful people like Miss Slay, who would show things about myself that I didn't know. For example, bless you, I was in NHS, but I never saw myself as being able to lead a club. I was always part of clubs, but I never saw myself as being able to lead it. And she showed me that, hey, you can do this, you can actually lead this. And she made me president, which was just amazing. And because of that, I was like, oh, okay, I can do this. So I went after and I started to apply for officer positions in a whole bunch more clubs. And I learned to take risks just to go at it and not let anything stop me. It's been a long ride. I mean, I remember, it seems like it was just yesterday. I was in middle school, and this is gonna sound cliche, but it happened. A bunch of girls, including my own best friend at the time, they made a list of a bunch of trendy places and stores that I should shop at. And they said, hey, Diana, give this to your mom because you dress too childish. And that hurt because, I was in middle school, I cried, I'm gonna be honest. But I've always been invested in the arts and design. So I wasn't gonna let a little immature list get to me. I'm like, I'm going to high school. Oh my gosh, Vista offers fashion courses. I'm gonna take them. And then I've always said I wanted to go to a strong school. I wanted to study the arts, specifically fashion design and business. And I came across Cornell and I'm like, this is insane. There's no way I'm getting in. Well, December, I believe, 11th changed things when I was accepted. It was just amazing. But in reality, I want to give a lot of my thanks to Vista, to the people I've seen there, the activities such as Interact. Murrieta holds a lot of special community events that I'm always going to hold near and dear to my heart, like the special needs dance. Those have just really formed who I am, helped me grow as a leader, as a person, and I want to thank Vista, I want to thank the city of Murrieta, I want to thank everyone, my parents, my family, because all of these things have contributed to who I am today and who I want to be tomorrow. So thank you.
Excuse me. Good morning. It's very much a privilege to be here with everybody. I am Miss Lay, her teacher representative here. Probably based on what you just heard right now, we can agree that Diana is kind, optimistic, genuine, responsible, mature. And I know I do have a time limit here, so I'm just gonna kind of echo a story that she brought up regarding her leadership position in National Honor Society. The outgoing board from last year of officers for National Honor Society took in her application, and she had requested, I'm kind of looking at being the secretary. And as a unanimous group, they all said, absolutely not. She leads by example. She needs to be president. And that's what we told her, and that's what she is. So we know she is awesome, and I'm sure everybody else is going to echo that when they hear more about her in future. Thank you.
Good morning to everybody. I'm just here as a mom to say to everybody, teachers, everybody here, thank you, because she is a person that I'm going to miss because she's going to be leaving soon. But I'm very proud. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And by the way, she's introduced herself as Miss Lay. She's Dr. Lay, right? So we don't want to forget that. Anyway, thank you. And next up, let me introduce from Springs Charter School, Mr. Ben Taylor.
Good morning. My name is Ben Taylor. I'm the principal of Temecula Student Center within the Springs Charter Schools. Unfortunately, Talisa's parents and family couldn't be here today. They had a family issue yesterday that came up, and they're not here. So I'm going to say a few nice words about her. Other than GPA, CT pathways, completed acceptance at some of her college choices, Cal State San Marcos. What's impressed me most about Talisa is her attitude and her spirit that really changed our high school hall. We're a K through 12 school. We only have 200 high schoolers and about 600 K through 8 students. And a couple things that she took on over the last couple years that have impressed me greatly. One, she's an integral part of our leadership team, and it really changed the high school hall. The couple years before I came on board, the high school was sort of floundering, didn't have a lot of extracurricular activities, not a lot of dances, not a lot of pep rallies. And she was involved just as the morale and the spirit of the high school with a great leadership team. So I appreciate that with her. And then what I saw was we had this opportunity with our K-8 little ones, 5-year-olds all the way through 13, not interacting with our high schoolers at all, which is good and bad. But one of the things that she started to do was a math club and reading buddies club. So it's really heartwarming to see 16 and 17 and 18-year-olds down in the kindergarten reading with 5-year-olds. And that was due to her and some of her fellow students. So that really impressed me. Anyway, I'll make sure to congratulate her and give her all the goodies, but I appreciate you hosting this morning. Thank you.
That's where we got to squeeze it. Good morning. My name is Martina Beach-Hedges, and it's my honor to be the principal at Murrieta Canyon Academy. This morning I'm here to honor Gavin Renken, and what is so exciting about Gavin is that he is a student that is unassuming but is powerful, and that's what's so exciting about students at our site. Gavin came to us as a junior and needed to work on some classes and pull himself up and do, kind of set his courses right, which he's done remarkably. But he's kind of a late bloomer, whereas when he came to us, he was quiet, reserved, not really part of anything, just come to school, get his stuff done, didn't want to associate. And I don't know who talked him into it. I'm hoping it was probably Mr. Rothlein, but he became a leader on our campus. He is the president of our leadership class. And they're doing amazing things as we grow with MCA. It's we're still kind of a newer school. Our culture is changing because of this young man and what he's doing in leadership. He's very creative, so I was just sharing with his parents that I kind of am bummed because he is a late bloomer. I wish I had him for another year because he's doing such amazing work at our school. He's creative. He's doing some graphic designs and all that stuff for our site, so it's exciting to have him. The other thing about Gavin is that he's always willing to step in. I don't know if that's like natural for him because he is kind of quiet, but I have to tell you, he just jumps in. We've had some things happen in our leadership, and he just steps in. He's like, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it. And that's just, for me, is like, just shows a true leader when they don't even, it's just that they just jump in and do it. That's always nice to have. The other thing about Gavin that I want to share is that when we do nominations for our seniors of the month, I put it out to staff and they get to choose. And this just shows the respect that he has of the teachers. When his name was nominated, there was no other nominations. Every teacher, and Mr. Rothlein can attest, every teacher agreed. Yes, 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 quiet, but awesome, does everything we need. Just unanimous that he was chosen. So it was easy for us this month to choose because it was Gavin. But he has the respect of the teachers and the respect of his peers, and that's always nice when they haven't been together very long, like 4 years, like most of the sites. So it is my honor. I'm so excited to have Gavin as our Senior of the Year this month.
Hello, my name is Gavin Renken, and I'm here with my mother, my father, my mentor, Mr. R, and my principal, Mrs. Beach. A little bit of background. I was born in Hawaii, and I moved here when I was 6. And the biggest, I can't even think anymore. Yeah, the biggest struggle or challenge that I had growing up was transitioning from the schools in Hawaii to the schools in California because they're a year to 2 years behind. And for me, that was always a struggle because in 3rd grade I got held back because of that reason. I just moved here from Hawaii, and it was a bit difficult to get started here. And I've overcome that now, and I've moved out of my own comfort zone also. So nervous. A way that I would want to give back to my community is hopefully get my master's degree in graphic design, so I could come back to Murrieta and help out the birthday bash, make huge posters. That's just my little idea. And that's it. That's all I have.
Good morning. First of all, I want to say congratulations to all the students that are here. The accomplishments that you've already heard and are going to hear are going to just bring smiles to everybody's face. And this is the second time that I've been able to be here in a couple of years. And it's every time I leave, and I just think I didn't do any of that stuff when I was in high school. So it's remarkable to hear some of the stories that we hear here and the accomplishments they've had. So I'm Jason Rothlein, and I'm Gavin's leadership teacher. But I met him last year when he came to us as a junior, and I was teaching science. And Gavin came, and as Miss Beach said, was very unassuming, kind of sat quietly. He had a couple friends. We inherited him from Mesa, and I thank you guys for that. Because when he came over, he did have friends, but he came over, and I had some commonalities with him. I played football, he played football. We shared stories about that. I'm a Seahawk fan. He's not a Seahawk fan, but I tried to impose that on him. So we had some commonalities, but he was quiet. But I saw that people gravitated to him, and it was unassuming by him. It was natural, and he just was there. And people came to him asking questions. They asked him for guidance, and they went down that path. So I'm gonna divert a little bit for 1 second. I know I have time, but I'm gonna eat up somebody else's time a little bit. It's important to understand that we are the Murrieta Canyon Academy. We are the Phoenixes. And if you don't know the story of the Phoenix, you have to know that the Phoenix, we always hear that they rise from ashes. But what we don't ever hear about is how those ashes are made or produced. And in mythology, the Phoenix makes their nest, then lights it on fire to create the ashes that they then rise from. And Gavin exemplifies that in so many ways. He exemplifies it in his leadership. He exemplifies it in his drive now that he has. We heard that he late bloomed, but I think he bloomed just in time. He's an adult now. He's chosen a major. We don't know where he's going to go to college yet, but we're helping through that process. He has some ideas, he has dream schools, and he has other big decisions in his life personally that he's going to make that are going to influence some of those things. But his nest is on fire. The ashes are brewing, and he is going to rise from those undoubtedly for years to come. And I know unequivocally that he will come back to Murrieta if he chooses to leave here to go off to school. He will come back. He will be an integral part of our community. He's talked about wanting to be a part of school design. He's talked about wanting to be a part of just everything that goes on. As our community grows, I think that Gavin will be a part of that. So I'm very proud to say that he considers me a mentor, because that goes both ways. I've learned so much about drive and personality from him as well. So thank you for that. And I pass off to Arnold.
Morning. I wasn't really prepared for a speech or anything like that. For me, it was kind of last minute, and I actually had to work today, and I asked to be off today because I know it meant a lot for my son. And I'm gonna tell you a little story how he became here from the start. Is when he was first born. Well, for me, it was a special occasion because, you know, first child. But then when his brother was born, I basically had to tell him that you had to be the big brother. You had to be the protector. Make sure your brother never gets hurt, you know, always protected. So from then on, I think that was the very initial start of him being a leader, because when he first came back from Hawaii to here, I never forget this, is when I had to basically scold my younger son. He came into play and kind of tried to protect him. And for me, I always told him to be a leader, to protect basically his whole family. Like, if I was never there, that he had to be the man of the house. And with my wife, she always made him aggressive, always said, you know, anything you do it to the fullest extent that you can. And if you fail, it's okay, because without failure, there's no success. So he may have failed a lot, but at the end of the day, he succeeds at a lot of things that he does. So with that being said, I love you. Love you too.
Okay, so I'd like to introduce our Oak Grove School Principal, Tammy Wilson.
Good morning. It's such a pleasure to be here, and I'm so happy and proud to tell you a little bit about Linijah. This is an amazing individual who came to us at Oak Grove after making some not so great decisions. And she was absolutely determined to not be defined by her past and to turn things around, and not only, I would say, stabilize, but stake a better claim for her entire future. And she has just blown us away through her sheer grit, giftedness. Yes, she's academically excellent, and Mr. Higgins will tell you about that. But what I'm most impressed with is her character, her compassion, and her ability to lead. My definition of leadership is if you look behind you and people are following, you are a leader. And in Linijah's case, that's what's happening. And that would be whether it's on the court, because she's an amazing basketball, total strength of the team, or the classroom, or the stage. We also have an arts program, and to see Linijah really just shine in terms of performance and her leadership with other students is truly, truly inspiring. She's written music. She's recently auditioned on America's Got Talent. America's Got Talent. So cross your fingers for the home community here. We're hoping to see her on TV. But beyond that, she's just an amazing individual with a tremendous heart, and I cannot be more proud. I present Linijah.
I wasn't hoping to go next. Hold on. I kind of wrote my speech because I knew I was going to be nervous.
Say it from the heart, girl.
Okay. Whew. Okay. Wrote mine, so. I kind of wrote like a little poem in the beginning. Some people have passions, but they never strive. Some people have courage, but they lose their pride. Looking in the mirror, you set aside your tears. You're going new places, and it just brings you fears. I never knew what love was till I felt the pain. I never knew what loyalty was until people faded away. When I was at my old school, I felt alone, uncomfortable, uncompleted, unloved, and unappreciated. Everything just I tried every day to make something of myself, to change myself for others. I never just got to be me. It's like when I was brushing my teeth, I wasn't just brushing my teeth, I was putting on a fake smile for others. Over time, I lost close ones, people that I thought would never leave my side. I was in and out of jail. I even tried taking my life and almost succeeding. After I just hid my face. Nope. Sorry. No one ever told me life would be easy or amazing. That's why I never forget what hurt me, and I remember what it made me to be. But since I've been at Oak Grove, my life has changed mentally, physically, and emotionally. I have never felt so important to where someone actually picked up the phone and called me and asked me why wasn't I at school. When I walk through the doors in the morning and people are happy to see me, they hug me. And not just my peers, teachers, and staff as well. When I walk through the doors and people tell me, they look up to me and I'm inspiring others to do better, it gives me the feeling that I never felt. I knew I was capable of many things, but making someone strive to be better was never one of them. Reminds me of a quote, "Be careful what you say or do. In life, you never know who's watching," quoted by McQuillan. Being at Oak Grove makes me want to strive to do better. If there's one thing I can tell you is that I never woke up and wasn't happy to come to school since I've been there. So take this and always remember, strive not only to succeed, but to rather have values.
Well, it's a hard act to follow with that, but anyway, just so you know, when she first came to Oak Grove, she sat in the back, she didn't say a word, I was like, oh boy, this one's gonna be tough, and that's not the case at all. Leadership, if you wanna know a leader, well, the way I identify a leader is exactly what Tammy said, people that follow. When she walks down the hall, the young kids come running to her, the staff come running to her. It's almost like she's the Pied Piper walking down the hall, and she's just, people are following her. She is a leader. In the classroom, they were playing a song, and I heard in the background, I thought, wow, I thought that's kind of an interesting song. It was her. She actually was the one singing the song and with the music and everything. The funny thing is you look at her and you think, wow, look, height, everything. But when she's on the stage, you should see her. It's pretty amazing to see that someone has that ability where she just talked about where she came from and where she's at now. So she's a leader. She's academically 100% right on. It's pretty amazing. So if you ever get a chance, hopefully, with all the events that Oak Grove has, to watch her perform, she's amazing.
I'm gonna introduce my father, Herb Trevelyan. No, I'm just kidding, Trevelyan.
Hi, I want to say, first of all, I want to thank the Murrieta Chamber of Commerce and also Oak Grove and all you people for making this possible for my daughter. As she said, she went through a lot of trials and tribulations, and we as a family, we still behind her. We went through a lot of stuff with her. And even though she went through a situation to get her in Oak Grove, and God made a way for her because he put her in a better situation, brought her out of something bad and put her into something very much better than she's been in. We're also proud that she, I got a speech. We're also proud that she was just went on America's Got Talent, and we're looking forward to seeing some things from that. But she's also, she has a lot of love, compassion, and going through the issues that she's went through. She's overcome a lot of them, and she's still working through them. And we appreciate all that she does, and we're so proud of her. We're so glad that she went to Oak Grove because it's the situation that she's in is really good. I'd like to read some things from family members for Linijah. It says, I know you are and will achieve great things in life. If you put your mind to them, God has great things in store for you. Keep reaching your goals. You have so many people that love you and have your back. And that's a family friend. It says, I am so proud of you. Stay on this path and your dreams will become your reality. Every day is a new beginning. Reach for the stars. I believe in you as a grandmother. I couldn't be more proud of you. You have overcome so much and become the beautiful, intelligent, and talented young woman I always knew you would be. Never forget, you are my number one fan. And remember, you will always be the only lady in my life. I love you, my lady baby. That's her mother. Now, her name is Lady. We call her Lady. Ladii. Okay. And it's Philippians 4:131. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Remember to always put God first in everything you do, and your strength in everything you do. And your strength to get through the days comes from Him. I'm so proud of you, of the young woman that you are becoming. Continue to do great things. Will come from you. And that's her big sister, Amijah, who's here with us also. So again, I want to thank all you people, and I'm so proud of my daughter. Thank you.
So I don't even think Linijah knows it, but later today she's going to be recognized as one of the most improved student Tales of Transformation winners at 115. So it's going to be a double day of greatness, and anybody's invited to attend that. So that's a huge honor. Congratulations. It's my privilege now to present Steve Ellis, principal of Murrieta Mesa High School.
You gotta get closer. Margaret's here, you gotta get close.
Okay.
Margaret, it's good to have you here today. Just want to say that. Good morning, my name is Steve Ellis, and I'm the principal at Murrieta Mesa High School, where I'm privileged to work with incredible students like the young woman you're about to meet. I would like to start by thanking Sally, Jennifer Llewellyn, all the sponsors, the Chamber of Commerce, for putting on this great, my favorite morning of every month of the school year. This is one of those days that recharges me every single month to come to this and hear great stories like we've already heard. I would also like to thank and congratulate all the other students and your families and the educators in the room. It does take a village, and we've got a pretty good village here, and we're seeing some of the fruits of that labor, so thank you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Murrieta Mesa Senior of the Month for February, Shannon Keegan. I'm going to start with a little brag sheet that the kids don't like to talk about, so that's why the principals have to do it. She's an amazing student, above a 4.3, all these AP classes, passed all these AP tests. Still in AP classes her senior year. I would like to agree, these kids, I thought I was a pretty good student. I've been coming to this thing for 6 years now, and I was not a pretty good student, you know? But anyway, at least in this class. Look, I gotta stay to my speech, otherwise I'm a mess. Shannon's been a part of our student leadership program all 4 years at Mesa. She's held offices of school treasurer, as well as most recently she was our vice president. As vice president of our USB, Shannon was in charge of our election process and the nomination convention. I can attest that under her leadership, the program is streamlined, organized, and much smoother than in years past. As a school, we will continue to reap the benefits of that for years to come. She's the secretary of NHS. She's in CSF. She's been a part of our soccer program all 4 years, playing on varsity for the last 3 years. She's earned over 200 community service hours, most of which were through helping with our PTSA and all that they do. I should thank her mom, who's been on my PTSA board the whole time, for making her come. But I appreciate it because it takes a lot of work and a lot of man hours. She also volunteers her time tutoring, so she's earned a lot of hours that way, just tutoring others. Shannon is an amazing young lady. Mesa's lucky to have her. According to the several teachers who nominated her, and from many of the votes I received, Shannon is constantly helping and supporting others. Students are glad they know Shannon, and as she is a support system for them. Staff stated it over and over how much they enjoy having her in class, and to clarify, not just because she's a great student, but she's their go-to student. If they need something, if they need someone to call, if they need something done, Shannon's that person. Shannon is very humble and never does all of this
for herself or for credit. She does it to make the school better, her community better, and she has done that. I'm pretty sure she's not even aware of the impact she has on campus, but our staff, and specifically her leadership teacher, Mrs. Vollmar, are very well aware. It is clear from the nominations I've received from staff and my own insight into Shannon that we know she embodies Mesa pride, purpose, responsibility, integrity, duty, and excellence. Mesa is a better place because of her, and the legacy she will be leaving. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Shannon Keegan.
You made me sound so great in that speech. Great. So you probably can't see it behind the podium, but my hands are shaking. Public speaking is not my forte, despite being in leadership for 4 years. Don't know why, it just never rubbed off on me. So first and foremost, I'd like to thank my two guests here today with me. I have my mom and my activities director, Mrs. Vollmar. Special thanks to my mom and my dad. My dad couldn't be here today. He's off on a fraternity ski trip. A little jealous of it because Mammoth has a lot of snow right now, but whatever. But to both of them, I couldn't be where I am without them. My mom has loved and supported me through everything, been there for a lot of mental breakdowns and the stereotypical teenage girl mood swings. She's been there for all of it, and I'm just so thankful for her. For Mrs. Vollmar, the trust and belief she's put in me in leadership, just letting me have at it. Oh, you want to go restructure that in the Constitution? Go do it. You want to do this? Whatever. Like, she doesn't hover. She just lets me be whatever I want, and it's meant the world to me. Ms. Vollmar, thank you for the last 4 years of amazing memories. High school wouldn't be what it was without that. All the support from my friends and my family, it meant a lot this last year. My senior year was kind of a challenge. I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, and it really shifted the dynamic of my life. I channeled a lot of my energy from sports into leadership, which ended up being a blessing in disguise because I got to run for vice president and put a lot of energy and time to that, the time and energy it deserves being a vice president. But it just changed my life completely, and I wouldn't have been able to get through senior year without the love and support from everyone around me. And it ended up making my senior year one of the best years of school I've ever had, and I'm so thankful for it. I know that sounds weird, but I am. After high school, I plan on attending the University of Nevada, majoring in engineering. I think I'm going to major in mechanical engineering with a minor in nanotechnology. It sounds really nerdy, but I love to reorganize and structure things and build them up, and I'm a complete nerd, but I'm okay with it. I've come to accept it. I really, really want to be a part of creating something that changes lives. It doesn't need to be the next iPhone or next car, but even if it's just something that changes one person's life, I can only imagine how that feels to have such an impact on others, and it's a dream. At the University of Nevada, I've been accepted into their honors program, which means it gets me a lot of things, but most importantly, I get to create my own thesis by the time I graduate as an undergrad, and I'm hoping that that'll be the start to me creating something amazing. Finally, I'd like to thank all the sponsors that made this possible. It means a lot to the students getting recognized. It makes their day very special. It makes them feel like all the work they put into high school is worth it. And I've heard some amazing students here today, and I'm sure they all feel the same way. It's such a great honor, and it wouldn't be possible without all the gracious sponsors, so thank you. I would now like to introduce my activities director, Mrs. Vollmar.
So I made an acrostic because if I wrote a speech for Shannon, we'd be here for 7 hours. So Shannon is selfless. I'm going to echo exactly what Mr. Ellis had said. She works hard, but she wants to be behind the scenes. I remember Mr. Mesa. She was running back and forth behind a theater, running the show from backstage, but she never, ever, ever wants credit. But because of her work and because she's willing to work hard, she's making Mesa a better place. She is humble, again, echoing. If you ask Shannon, which I ask Shannon a lot, hey, how'd you do that? What are your accomplishments? And her literal answer is, it's just what I do, Vollmar. It's just who I am. And I love that she doesn't want external credit. She is intrinsically motivated and humble within herself, and I absolutely love that. And through leadership, because she was my vice president, I found exceptional joy making her speak to 300 students with our nomination convention as she was shaking the whole time. But what she did is she overcame something, and she had to be the spotlight. Shannon, every once in a while, deserves the spotlight because of the work that she has done. Educationally, she is ambitious. Education for Shannon is of the utmost importance. She works on her academic classes, again, boasting above a 4.5 3, 4.4, and again, taking incredible AP tests. She's super nice. One of the best days I think I had with her this year was, it sounds silly, but we made a bunch of balloons for a math teacher because she went online and nominated with Azusa Pacific University through a local radio station for Teachers Are Our Heroes. And I didn't know kids actually did that. And she does it, and she got to bring recognition to one of an amazing staff, Mr. Lee Rosenall, and it was just neat. She was like skipping to give him balloons with Mr. Ellis and our administration. She's found her niche, a niche that most females don't look forward to, but as you can tell, she is a nerd in her own words, but she absolutely loves math. She loves building things up, and I love that she's going into mechanical engineering. I think she'll find her space in that workplace, and she is not scared of anyone. She is organized, to say the least. So when she says, I'm gonna do this form, and I'm gonna do this, I'm like, great, just tell me what I need to do at the end of the day, and I'll sign off on it. And it's amazing, she makes me look fantastic. Thanks. But most of all, she's near to my heart. Shannon is part of my first true class. I've been the leadership director for 4 years, and I've been able to work with Shannon from her freshman year on. I've had the wonderful opportunity to watch Shannon grow as a freshman to now a senior and being an amazing woman. Who knew that over the past 4 years as an educator, you can connect with your students to the point that you will actually miss them? I wonder how she'll be doing in college. I will wonder how she is handling the stresses. I will wonder if she will make her dreams come true. And Shannon, that's what I want for you. I want your dreams to come true. And I want you to tell me about all those wonder things. So, thank you.
Last but not least is my lovely mother, who also loves public speaking. Just
Yeah.
FYI.
It's kind of like mother, like daughter. I just want to say I'm amazed at how academically challenging high school is today, and I know others have made these comments, but way back when I was in school, we wouldn't even be like this. But I knew that it was even challenging when Shannon entered pre-algebra in 6th grade. And my days of helping her with her homework, I knew were numbered. And even going on Khan Academy didn't help. So I knew Shannon was going to do well in school when I noticed her ability for time management and organizing things at a super young age. We would go into a store, and if a bin was out of order, she'd want to organize it, and she'd all this. And I thought, okay, she might just go somewhere on there with all of this. But everything she was able to accomplish and everything she did, she made it look super easy. She was busy with a lot of activities, and she took some pretty hard classes. So I never really had to worry about her on that end. Even though I'm going to miss her tremendously when she leaves for college, I look forward to watching what she has in the future for her and what she continues growing, and she'll accomplish some great things. So congratulations, Shannon, on all your achievements. You've been an exceptional student, but you've actually even been a better person and a daughter. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the principal of Murrieta Valley High School, Dr. Mark Pettengill.
It's my pleasure to introduce Murrieta Valley High School Student of the Month for February, Olivia Landis. She is one of our top students at Murrieta Valley High School. She has taken several AP and IB courses, never earning less than an A. She says that she followed her older brother Tyler's footsteps into leadership at Murrieta Valley High School, and the irony of this is that about 4 years ago, I wasn't at this podium, but Mom was at the podium, Miss Hess was at the podium, and Tyler was at the podium. And as Tyler earned this award and acknowledgement then. She's been in ASB for the past 4 years, 3 times serving as class president. She is currently our senior class president. She has served as a commissioner of fine arts. She is in the National Honor Society and California Scholarship Federation. Olivia is an example. She's an example to young girls. Our society, particularly through social media, puts a tremendous amount of pressure on young women to uphold an image that isn't real. Olivia has worked through the challenges that come with this. She has found the value in striving to be socially, emotionally, and physically fit. As a middle schooler, she worked through this and lost 60 pounds. Olivia has a sweet and gentle spirit and a heart for service. I was impressed a couple of months ago when I went into Mrs. Hess's AP government class to watch students do political presentations, their annual holiday bash and political songs. Olivia had a brief singing role. I was blown away by her tender voice. I've since learned that Olivia began voice lessons at 3 years old and began singing publicly as a child at a retirement home, going room to room as she was visiting her grandfather. She takes her singing and songwriting abilities and mixes music and service. She's kind of got this Taylor Swift vibe thing going. Linijah, we might have to work on a duet or something, get that going with Olivia. Olivia sings at benefit concerts. She has sung at a concert to support Tiffany's Gift, Rock the Oaks to support Oak Grove, and Girls Against Abuse. She recently released her first album, Love Out There, which is available on iTunes. I asked how sales are doing, and she said, a little slow. The family business is sports marketing, and her father serves as Mike Trout's agent. She said that sales of her album picked up when Mike Trout retweeted some of her songs. I'm telling you, if you have some downtime tonight, go on YouTube. I did, and I've got to see her do her thing. And you'll be impressed. She's a Nighthawk through and through. Olivia is an example of doing everything the right way with respect, integrity, teamwork, and excellence. Olivia Landis.
I just want to say thank you so much for everyone that made this incredible event possible. Thank you to my principal for nominating me. Thank you for Ms. Hess for being here and making me excited to come to school every day. I know I challenge you a lot, but I love coming to your class and you're such an amazing teacher. Thank you to my parents. My father couldn't be here today, but you guys have just been so important in my life and have shaped me into the person I am today. And just this incredible community of Murrieta and Murrieta Valley High School has provided so many opportunities for me to engage in activities that have shaped me into the person I am today, as well as Dr. P mentioned, some of my own personal health struggles have prepared me to pursue a future in nutrition science, which I want to major in when I go to college, and become a dietitian to help other people regain their health in the same way that I was able to, and hopefully change some lives. So thank you very much. And here's Ms. Hess.
Hi, everybody. I'm her AP government teacher, and she is my top student for so many reasons. But what I want to say is she's absolutely an amazing young lady. In fact, she was my student of the month for social science as well. She's kind, thoughtful, reflective, intelligent, talented. She's also incredibly humble, and I could go on forever. For me as a teacher, she makes teaching so rewarding. And fun and challenging. Olivia cares deeply about her education, but she also cares deeply for the world and for being an active participant in the world. She reads, she pays attention, and she thinks beyond just a simple news line. She makes me a better teacher because she challenges me every day, and with thoughtful, inquisitive questions. I have to say to her a whole bunch of times, I don't know, but I'm going to look that up and I'll get back to you. And that makes me grow as a teacher, so I absolutely love that about her. She's going to do amazing things. Anything she puts her mind to and her hard and diligent work that she always does, she excels. I'm excited for her future. There's no doubt in my mind that Olivia will make this world a better place. She's a natural leader by example. She's an exemplary individual, and she is an all-around wonderful person. I congratulate her. She's so deserving of this honor, and she has a lot to give to the world. So if we ever worry about the hands we're leaving our world in, I'm not. I'm not at all.
I too don't like public speaking, so. Good morning, everyone. I want to thank Dr. P for choosing to honor Olivia with this award, and for Ms. Hess for taking the time to speak on her behalf. Like all parents here today, we are very proud of Olivia. She's been an absolute pleasure to raise, and I have to admit she's made parenting easy for her dad and me. When our children were young, we tried to instill the importance of education, and although I think that the point hit home, because we may even have gone a little bit overboard, because fast forward to high school, many of my friends' parents asked me, how do I get my kid to do her homework? And I have to laugh, because in our household it's the opposite. We are the ones telling Olivia, please relax, don't worry about grades so much. Come watch a movie with us, and she usually shoots back a sarcastic retort, like, you guys are a bad influence on me. Olivia is a sponge. She seeks knowledge in every area she's interested in. If she has a problem, and she thoroughly researches it to find the answer. As Dr. P already described, Olivia went as a chubby middle schooler to a vegan strength training nutritional enthusiast. Her experience is so profound that it inspired others to do the same, including myself. And she's making the intersection of nutrition and overall health the focus of her future career. So it's not an easy thing to do as a 7th grader. Olivia's been, well, I'm not even going to talk about that. She's been singing since she's 3. He already said that. Olivia, we admire your determination, and whatever you set your mind to do, you're able to do. If you did nothing else in your life, we'd already be incredibly proud. And I know that, we're very proud of the woman you are right now, but knowing you, the best is yet to come.
Okay, I'd like to welcome back to the stage, or the podium, Margaret.
Thank you. Aren't you all just amazed to hear what these wonderful students are doing and where they're going? What an envy for some of us of a different generation, that you have the ability to do this. It's amazing, and we are so proud of you. It's just awesome. I would like to ask the dignitaries if they would please get in line to do their presentations. And you know, we're honored because it isn't a lot of young people that get the ability and the presence to do and meet some of our dignitaries. You know, our congressman, our senator, our mayor, all of these wonderful people. You know, they come and they contribute, and we are so proud of them. And while they're kind of lining up, I wanted to let you know, when you came in, you saw this wonderful backpack. You wondered what it was all about. Well, inside that backpack are all kinds of wonderful goodies from our community merchants that you can participate in. You can eat your way through the whole month, probably, by going to some of these. There's a lot of places you can go, like to Mulligan's, and have some fun. So please take advantage of that. And you know what? There's one other responsibility we are going to give you, and that is the fact that you are provided with these wonderful thank you cards. Now, everybody knows how much it means to say thank you to somebody. Being polite is one thing, but really showing your true feelings for what you are receiving today is really important. When I get these thank you notes from some of these students, some of them are just overwhelming. I mean, they give a little story to who they are. And I have to tell you, I look forward to seeing those. And it makes me want to participate even more, as our other sponsors do. Not only that, but now you're provided with labels. So you don't have to handwrite all those like we used to do. So, you know, we've come forward in many ways with this, and it's great. And when you've completed those, give them to your principal, and he will see that they are distributed. So remember, kids, RSVP Very, very important, and thank you. So, gentlemen, ladies, if you will, please.
Good morning. My name is John Hunneman. I'm here representing my boss, State Senator Jeff Stone, who reminds me, he put my name on my jacket, so I'd remember it. He put his name on my jacket and my shirt and my skivvies, if you really want to know. But good morning and congratulations to all the students, the parents, and the staff. I'm always amazed. I came to my first one of these the first time they had one in Temecula in the early 1990s. And it's always amazing to see the way our community has grown, and in so many ways. I was thinking, we learned recently of the passing of Chuck Vanderwetter, and that's a name that may not be familiar to many of you, but Chuck was the superintendent of Murrieta Schools when we moved here, when there was one school, and he had a little tiny office at Murrieta Elementary. And just to see the way our community has grown, and the schools they seem to come out of nowhere. I remember, we're Nighthawks through and through at my house, so both my boys went there, and just to see the quality of not only the staff, but these kids. You're right. Every time you come to this thing, you walk out of here feeling great and feeling like a slug at the same time. And, so, like I said, on behalf of Senator Stone, thank you, congratulations, good luck to all of you, and this is, like we said, this is always the best morning of the month. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Samantha. I'm here on behalf of Assemblywoman Melissa Melendez. We also have a certificate for all the students. You guys are going to be walking away with a lot of certificates, and I hope your parents are going to frame them and have them at the house, along the hallway, or on the mantle, right, parents? I just wanted to echo the past comments about how all of you students are so amazing. You're so bright and talented in your own way, and you've pushed and pushed and just made your high school experience so much better for yourself by putting in all that time and utilizing your skills to make yourself better. And that's what you guys are remembered for at the end of the day. It's, while you all are so academically bright, the person that you are is what you're remembered for. And it's that smile to someone else. It's that hi as you're walking through the hallway, making someone else feel important. So I just want you to remember that. That's why you were chosen today, because you are all amazing students, but it's the person that you are that really made you stand out amongst the other students at your school. So congratulations again.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Kelly Ciarto, and I'm serving as mayor this year for the city of Murrieta. And this is one of my favorite events, just like everyone else, because it's so uplifting and fun to hear these great stories and the unique abilities that these students have. But they also have one other thing, and this is something that I take away from here every day, every time I come to these events, is I go away with a great deal of pride because I know, I had my 3 daughters all went through the school system, like John, my daughters were all Nighthawks, and they've gone out in the world, but I know how tough it is. I know how tough high school is, and absolutely same story as the other lady had, that I stopped helping my kids right about 6th grade. Had to refer them back to their teachers, and their mom was scrambling to keep up a little bit. But I have a great deal of pride in listening to the accomplishments of all of you students, and because not only are you in the mix with all the other ones, but you're standing out. But the one thing that all of you have in common, besides your unique things, is you have that grit and determination. That determination to make sure that you're going to succeed. You're going to have some help along the way, but I think it's more about you making the decision that you're going to accomplish something. You're going to do great things in your life. And we are proud that you're in our community and that you're part of our community, and you'll go out and represent our community someday, and hopefully come back to us, and because we'll be here for you. So congratulations. We have these great certificates, and as John said, we have the gold seals now. So these great certificates for you to take and remember this, and remember how proud this community is of you. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Brenda Denstead, and I'm here today on behalf of our Congressman Ken Calvert, who wants to wish you a sincere congratulations on all your achievements. I, too, am a mom of graduates and Nighthawks. My youngest daughter is at Northern Arizona University, snowed in right now. She was thrilled to send me that classes are canceled, Mom, today, so I'm really excited for her, and she's doing very well. My eldest daughter was the graduate from Murrieta Valley High School in 2016 who also attended Northern Arizona University and passed away in September of 2017 from a rare form of bacterial meningitis. She was an IB student and a graduate, and she went on academically to accomplish many things. She received honors her first year at Northern Arizona University and was on the dean's list for both semesters. Why do I tell you this? Because all of you are in that same realm of achievement. However, the thing that I have learned most about Leanne, in the end, she is remembered for the kindness that she showed to others. And I can tell you that in her short 19 years on this earth, they had absolutely zero bearing on the impact that she had on the people around her. And to this day, I am constantly reminded of how she touched people and how they remember her. So in the end, I will tell you that while your academics may take you places, the way that you leave your mark on the world and the incredible power that you have each and every day that you rise and meet and greet people, you can leave a very strong impression on them each and every day. Never underestimate the power that you have to give to others for happiness and kindness. I wish you incredible success in your future endeavors. God bless each and every one of you on your continuing journey.
Well, good morning. We're almost done here. I'm Ken Dixon, and I'm a substitute for Pat Kelly, our superintendent today. And that's a tough road to fill. But I'm here to say just a couple of very quick things. One, thank you to the Sizzler organization, to the city, to the sponsors. This is an extraordinary event, and it's a huge credit to our community. And our school district, and our students, and our staff. I'm a Nighthawk parent, goes all the way back to the late 90s, 95 and 96 actually, and I've been where you are. It's been a long haul, and it's been a wonderful ride. We have a truly extraordinary community that brings together things like this and sends forth young folks like you. And we get recognized for that. Some of us are on the school board get credit where we really don't deserve it, but I can't give that enough to our staff and our community that makes things like this possible. Just a word for the parents. We sometimes like to take credit for what our kids do, and maybe there's a little bit of that, but we're here honoring you, students, and your accomplishments, the things that you overcome, the things you will do, and parents, even our staff members, roots and wings. You've had a lot of people, your parents, your staff, your families, your support group, our community, helping you build those roots. And it's almost time for those wings. And wings are tough. Wings are tough when they grow and go to different parts of the world, but that's the point. That's the point too. So just one last thing, in addition to congratulating all of the above, which makes Murrieta and this events like this so special. I'm a dad type, had students of my own going through this, and I have to say this too. As a wing commander back in my military career said, anytime he'd give out an order, he'd kind of with a twinkle in his eye but sternly say, now we want you to work even harder. There's a big wide world out there that needs your talents and your inspiration, and we commend you to that. Finish strong. Good luck and God bless.
Well, you've heard from all of our dignitaries, and they are so proud of you as well. And these certificates you can use when you put an application in for your school, that your university. You can use those as a reference or as an accomplishment that you have received. So they're not just a piece of paper you hang in the wall or put in a drawer. Make use of those. It's very important for you to do that. So keep that in mind. I'd like to announce also and invite any new sponsors to join our program. Anybody that has a feeling to do something for the student program, we would welcome you. And you can see on the back of the program to contact Lou Ellen Fickey for that. And then that would be nice, and or Rhonda. And we have different categories that you can decide to participate in. And there are group photos that will be taken shortly, and I invite each of the students to take their backpack and come out to the front. Are we going out to the patio outside? Yes, we are, yes. Okay. I guess it's not raining at this point, so we can go outside and take the photos, and I would ask you please to get your backpack and do that. Normally when Sally's here, she takes copious notes and she tells all the good things about the students and what they did and their bright smiles or their accomplishments or where they're going. And there's a few of the students that I know that are doing things that I can relate to because of what they're trying to do or going to do. And I just think what every one of you do and whatever you're going to do is going to be just absolutely fabulous. And just remember, Murrieta is your community. Come on back. We want to see you active in our community. We want to see you be a great part of it because we have one of the most wonderful cities in the whole valley, Murrieta. So with that being said, Sally sends her congratulations to each and every one of you and hopes that things go well for everybody. And let's enjoy the sunshine today. Thank you so much for being here. We're very proud of you. Thank you.